let's have a look around Hughes. Now, what my understanding is that these are supposed to be more gunboaty. The concealment kind of bears that out, except that Hughes is still stealthier than Mahan. So Mahan is a 6'7", and Hughes is stealthier than that, which is interesting. 6'4" is a little more typical of what you find for like a Tier 7 destroyer. She's going to feel bad in certain matchmakes. This thing gets up-tiered, she's going to feel rough with 6'4". But Mahan already suffers this problem. So you have to learn to live with it or just free XP past it or whatever. We're at 17H, 17-1 with Survivability Expert. Compare me to Mahan, 17-4. Basically the same health pool, so no change there. Torpedoes, you have a 2x4 instead of Mahan's more flexible arrangement, but I think these are the same torps. 9.2, 11.6. Yeah. I've buffed these Mahan torps to be more useful, but it's the same torp, the same slow speed. These are the same torps you get on Benson. They're a little challenging to use. 95-second reload on 4 tubes. And over here, we're at 82nd on... Oh, these are quads. You have 3 quads. Okay. Still, so... The reload for basically the same launcher is slightly longer, but, I mean, that's kind of not a deal breaker. This is probably not meant to be a torpedo boat, but certainly you have fewer tubes. We have 4 less tubes overall. Main battery, 3.5 seconds. We have HE and SAP, which will be interesting. These are the typical American 5-inch 38 that you'd have been firing. These look like Sims turrets. Yeah, this turret arrangement is different, but it's the same barrel. 1800, 792, 21 minutes. Yeah, it's the same shell. Yeah, 3.5. And what's Mahan's reload? 3.3. Yeah, so roughly the same reload. Only 4 guns. I think Mahan is 5 and Sims is 4, but Sims gets a 3.3 reload as well. Okay. So yeah, so Hughes apparently a little less of the jack of all trades, a little more focused on the gunboat. They've got standard engine boost and this goofy crawling smoke. Now, one thing that I'm curious to check out is the AA, right? If you've watched me play American Destroyers, if you're a fan of the channel, you know that I love... One of the things I love about American Destroyers is how effective the AA is. Or it can be if you build into it a little bit. They can absolutely shred planes. They make great picket destroyers. They're great for helping screen your friendly units around you when there's, enemy bombers coming in and stuff. These ships, without the defensive fire, they're not going to be as good at that, right? Most of them seem to have about the same AA loadout, but the lack of defensive fire means, nah. So, yeah, the upgraded defensive fire you get in the main branch is really good. Here, it's like, lacking it, it's going to feel a little bad. So I'll probably leave my AA off a little more than I normally would in these boats. I'm really curious to see how impactful the SAP is or isn't. These ships feel like they might play a little bit like a meld between the American and Italian line, and I like both lines, so I'm really curious. So, first game, good torpedo angles. Yep. Very, very good angles off the bow. Very commonly, like, you find this on some of the Japanese destroyers have really bad torpedo angles amidships. Like, you have to give up a huge portion of the ship because the torpedo launchers are so close to the funnels. Here you don't have that problem, which is nice. Did I load the HE first or not? Do I use more importantly, do I use the Merker as a canary in the coal mine? Because he's he's closer to a 7 detection. I'm gonna play a little behind him. I'm gonna treat this thing a little bit like an Italian boat and play it a little less aggressively until I get a better feel for it. It handles like a Mahan. I like that. So the smoke is, I think once you turn it on, it has to be on 20 seconds, and then once you turn it off, it's down for. I have the flag on it, so I think ordinarily it's down for 25 seconds. Here it's down for 23.8 seconds because you get 5 seconds cooldown back. Whoa. Benson, Kag, Akatsuki, Lahardi. No radar, no planes. Okay. Yeah, this Merker, and I'll go tag team things with this Merker. The Cochrane behind me is nice. He doesn't have radar. No, he's the 7. Okay. Okay. Our first catch of the day. Let's try the SAP straight off the bat. What do we get? That's not significantly better than the HE yet. Okay, that was better than the HE. I'm digging that. Let's leave him a gift. And then we'll work into the bottom of the cap. He's not going to get this for free while I live.
Coochie, coochie.
Okay, we're okay. We're okay. I figured he would dump them where I was going to not be. Instead, he dumped them back where we were. Which is really mildly irritating, to put it lightly. Oh, Merker came up aces. Let's go. It does look like a Mahan. It drives like a Mahan, truth be told. Okay, I've got a Lahadi in the mid. The L-20 is south. Now, one thing that I did notice, we didn't talk about this in port, the depth charges on this particular destroyer are not as good as literally every other American destroyer in the game. I don't know why. So strange. But it is 100% a thing for reasons. Dude, he's dead. Where are you going? Why are you chasing him? I mean, go on into the smoke if you want, man, but there ain't nothing in there for you. Okay, torps are coming back up. We'll vomit these out at the Bismarck and the New Mexico as we go by. Oh, crap. The CAG is here.
I'm an equal opportunity ass kicker.
Let's go be somewhere else. Actually, let's try the fancy crawling smoke.
Beer goggles.
Okay, so I have to, every time I push the button, I have to burn at least 20 seconds of it. There we go. Yeah, let's get out here and get some spotting for the Akizuki here. Yeah, I had to buff the crap out of the turret traverse for it to even be, like, usable. It's more than a little irritating, to put it lightly. Akizuki is going to find himself in trouble getting pushed by a Bismarck. Hey, look, the Merker died. Why? Don't know, as Critical Drinker would say. Good news is we're mauling their destroyer core. Trento and Pensacola trade out. Let's pick up B here. The CAG is alive and the Benson's back on the 2 line. None of this really bothers me all that much. Smoke cooldown is quite good. You can use these smokes like British. Like they're British. Like the British get them like individual little 30-second smokes. These ones can be used that way. You have to think of them that way, in my opinion. The difference is you don't have to stop. You can keep moving, which is kind of cool. What's this Rado doing? That is a terrible torpedo salvo, firing all the way from astern, especially since now he's turning. But stern torps like that, especially as slow as these are almost going to always go nowhere. That was a terrible salvo. I shouldn't have taken it. Did they kill that Bismarck? No. Where is that guy? Oh, I see him now. He went into hiding. Well, we're slowly crushing this team, which is kind of cool. I don't really feel like courting a gunfight with a battleship. Yeah, I'm sure you're out here, Mr. Kagero. What are you going to do about it?
Can't leave my ride behind.
Uh-huh. Look who I found. What is up, my dude?
I'm gonna feel that.
I'm behind him a little bit. Shell velocity here is not that great.
Time to put on the beer goggles.
Much better.
You will not cap while I live. Now, like the rest of the crawling smoke, you have to pull it back and do quarter speed to stay ensconced in here. The other thing they'll do is they'll give you it gives you a little warning to kind of be like, hey, dummy, you're still using your smoke. Did you know? It's like, yes, we know. Okay, you're going to blind fire the smoke. Okay. Well, I got a little greedy there and kept shooting when I shouldn't have, but whatever. Oh, hey, what up? Wow, this Kagero has balls of steel. Look at this guy. Okay, so now I have to think about how we attack this Bismarck.
Coochie coochie.
He's clearly trying to get set up here. Kagero is a dead man. He's point blank with a Zara. He's clearly trying to set up here. And, yeah, he wants to murder the Akizuki. That's fine. Go ahead. Are you coming through the gap, sir?
If I promised to kill you last, I lied.
Uh-oh, you died.
Good gas mileage.
Womp, 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 womp.
Hail to the king, baby.
Let's get in a gunfight with a light cruiser. Why? Because we're not smart.
Beer goggles.
This SAP is actually pretty good against light cruisers given half a chance. I say, this guy's dead, he just don't know it yet. I like the smokes. It functions like British. It functions like the British smokes. It's just weird because if you want to leave, it gives you a little more tactical flexibility than the British ones do, right? If you want to leave it on, you can. If you don't want to, you just turn it off. It's kind of nice, honestly. The detection is better than Mahan, at least at this tier. So, Adildro, when the match starts, you have a fixed amount of smoke duration that you have to make last the entire match. For this ship, it's 140 seconds. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. We're going to pick up this cap, too, at the very end, because the submarine's going to get here, and we're going to get 6, 5, 4, 3. Give me my ribbon. Give me my ribbon. Give me my ribbon. Thank you. It's HE and SAP, Altador, just like the Italians. So it feels like you're kind of crossing like Italian guns, American shell performance, American torpedoes, thank God, with a little bit of the Italian kind of crawly smoke, sort of. Of course, the Italians get the fuel smoke, which is like full bore, full speed. We can keep going, right? Whereas Hughes here, it's British. You got to slow down. Not British. Commonwealth, right? You got to do quarter speed like you do in like Haida and stuff. But yeah, that's not too bad. No, formula. I think that's a great way to think of it, right? Like you have to manage it smartly. You have to manage your smoke consumption smartly. If you've played British destroyers and you think of it like British destroyer smoke, that's a great starting point. And then I think what you have to do at that point is kind of train yourself to be like, okay, I need to use it for no more than X seconds. Like there's a minimum of 20 seconds. It's really good for, oh, I'm in a bad spot. I want to turn and break contact because my gun bloom is what's got me spotted. If you're hard spotted on the surface, you're in trouble. If your gun bloom has got you spotted, smoke, break contact, drop detection, go be somewhere else. Conversely, if you're in a position to pick up a kill or to secure a kill and you don't have a lot of HP or you just don't want to give up the health, pop your smoke, keep moving, secure the kill, turn your smoke off. Like, it gives you a little more tactical flexibility. I kind of like that. You have more options.